Hi, Spartacus214 here. Today I'm doing a video on my favorite Android apps. Now, I want to say that, a few years ago I really hated Android because I was using, at the same time Android came out, they had those so-called alternative, smart dumb phones or multimedia phones, as you like to call them. And, when I watched stuff like Phone Area, they would like glorify everything that was an Android, even though if it was obviously a piece of crap, or obviously, had some down flaws, that people should know about, but no, but anything that's an Android, they pick it up and say, oh, this is so cool. It's like, talk about Boost Mobile, where they had that first crappy Android, the Galaxy Prevail. It was not really a good phone at all because it had the same 3G network as something like Incognito at the time. It, ran on the same basic 3G, but I mean, yeah, ran basic. It ran the same basic 3G, but they wanted more for it just because it's a stupid Android. And, it's not wasn't really that impressive to pay that money because you're not getting anything else. You know, you're not getting anything extra, okay? Because you don't need like some people might argue apps, but you know, you don't need to pay, extra money for apps because you can just something that's prepaid. You can buy the phone. You don't have to buy any, pay any money for phone service. You can just use Wi-Fi on it like an iPod because all Android phones support Wi-Fi. But that's enough of that concept. I mean, well, since then there are a lot of other phone companies who have came out with, Androids, what what I mean is prepaid companies. A lot of prepaid companies now have Androids and, some of them even have 4G. Now, this is a very bittersweet thing because a lot of these companies try to rip you off. Like, for example, net10 with their aftermarket Galaxy phone, which is the Galaxy Centria, which is the phone that I use. I mean, I don't have any service on it right now because I really don't really call a whole lot of people. I talk to, most of my friends on Facebook and, I send my boss emails, but anyway, you know, I have, I have an HD laptop and a tablet as well as the phone. So having the phone service is not very practical for me all the time. And sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. I mean, but what pissed me off about net10 is okay. I got the phone and the service was great on it. I was getting fast data speeds. Watching YouTube, no lag, no problem. But then they had this stupid update on it, and that update fucked up the phone. Okay, I couldn't. My internet speed slowed down to something like 2G. It would like after the update, it was like trying to watch YouTube on the original iPhone using the 2G data that was on the original iPhone. It was just crap, okay? And that really pissed me off. And you know, try to talk to them about it, but they were trying to bullshit me into not three. I mean, they were trying to bullshit me to buying 4G. I told them that under the definition of what the service is that they're offering me, you know, it's it's plenty capable of playing something like a YouTube video at normal quality, especially on the app adaptation on the phone. I mean, it's the 3G that they were offering me was not just the basic 3G. It was actually revision A of 3G, which is faster than the standard basic 3G. I mean, it's up to like 2 megabytes per second for internet-based content like YouTube. And YouTube videos in normal quality are well under 2 megabytes per second. I mean that can even handle an HD YouTube video. YouTube does not need a very fast internet connection. I mean, well, it well that depends on how you interpret it, but let's just say anything with the speed of a standard Wi-Fi connection, you know, what standard Wi-Fi is a DSL. Anything that uses a, it's like the internet you get at McDonald's would normally be a basic basic DSL connection of 1.5 megabytes on internet-based content that loads off of RAM. And the download is, downloading it and uploading are different. It's about a half of that speed maybe, but DSL 3G. I mean, basic DSL 3G are not good for download, and that's when 4G comes in. But I want to tell all you guys out there. I mean, if you have 3G service and you're experiencing any problems like lag when watching YouTube videos, if you watch a YouTube video and it plays for a couple seconds and stops, has to load for a couple seconds and plays again, you're being ripped off because anything that claims to be 3G should be able to play a regular YouTube video, you know, or a YouTube video in regular quality, regardless of you know how you're viewing it. You should be able to watch a YouTube video in normal quality with any 3G network, even if you only have like 2 bars. You should be able to watch a YouTube video without any lag or having to load. Or, well, sometimes maybe it's acceptable to every now and then maybe it'll pause when it's halfway through and for pause for a few seconds and play again. But if it's pausing every few seconds, all right, that's bullshit. Don't let them con you in the 4G. The only 4G is only faster than 3G, or you're only going to get an advantage of paying more for 4G if you're downloading stuff like movies on a regular basis. But if you download them like once a month or so, just use Wi-Fi. Don't waste your money on that bullshit 4G. And don't let Sprint con you into its so-called free 4G because their coverage is the worst I've ever seen. Okay? But anyway, a big fuck you to net10. I'm doing a review on my favorite Android ice cream sandwich apps. Now, I've had several Android phones, the first of which was the Syra Hydro, which was a god-awful piece of crap. And I actually broke that phone in a nerd rage. And I've got scolded by my grandpa for it, but I told him that I told him it was just a bad deal, first place, I just got screwed because it totally sucked. I had no way of knowing what a piece of crap it was going to be because based on its technical specifications, it should have been at least decent, but the screen orientation was slower than the original G1, but it was slower than one of the early Android phones, and that's pretty damn sad because it was technically superior in almost any way. I mean, it had at least I know it had a gigahertz processor. It had 3-inch capacitive multi-touch screen, which I mean, it was just I mean, it had a 3 megapixel camera compared to like something like a G1. I mean, it was no like Samsung Galaxy S3 or Galaxy S4, but it was a decent phone at least. It should have been, but it was a piece of crap. And that's another thing with Boost Mobile. Don't get Boost Mobile Androids. I mean, if you want a prepaid Android phone, are a lot of other companies that offer Android phones with 3G service, for the same price that you would pay for, or I mean, there are other, I mean, a lot of people have Boost because of its unlimitedness, or it has $50 unlimited for talk, text, and 3G data. But their Android phones always want more, just because it's a stupid fucking Android. Like, don't play into their con. If you want a prepaid Android phone with unlimited, tech talk, tech. I mean, you want unlimited text talk and the internet. There are lots of other companies that offer, unlimited text talk and internet for, for for the same price that you pay for a basic phone on Boost, but you can get it on an Android with something else. But let's get into this actual video about the apps. Now, first thing I want to start off with is, hold on guys, 1 second. Hold on guys. Just be patient, alright? I have to I have to configure this so I can properly show you the apps I want to talk about. Okay, so okay, so first I'm going to start off by showing you this phone. Now, as you can see, there is no camera button like there is on, all the other ice cream sandwich phones. And I want to show you, this is ice cream sandwich, mind you, see? Ice cream sandwich. But for some reason, this one's a retarded version that does not have the fucking camera button on the lock screen. So, what I did is I said, fuck you guys, and I downloaded this nifty app called iPhone 5 Lock Screen. Now I will now enable it. Okay, it's now enabled. And now I will do the power button, turn it on. Now as you can see, I now have a camera button. I could press that camera button. Show you guys. See? Now it's on the camera. So a big FU to net10 and another big FU to Sprint. So now another app I like is, let's see, Destroy iPhone, because iPhone irritates me because it makes no damn sense. Good. See, and so you basically have this iPhone like such, and you basically just beat the hell out of it because, you are, if you're a nerd and, so-called Apple fans really annoy you, so you can just take your nerd rage out on this iPhone on the screen, and you can call, or you can say in your head, or pretend, or you can fantasize about slapping Dane Cook, as, as well as slapping Steve Ballmer. Because most of them are retards. Okay, I mean, I had a lot of respect for Bill Gates and um, yeah, Steve Jobs, but now that they're gone, I mean, I fucking hate Steve Ballmer and Dane Cook. They can die tomorrow and nobody would give a shit because no one likes them because they have no fans. I mean, even Apple fans couldn't give a shit if Dane Cook dies. I mean, Steve Jobs, now that he's gone, it doesn't matter who owns Apple now. No one's gonna give a shit about anyone who owns Apple now. I mean, most people don't even. A lot of people don't know Steve Jobs is dead. I mean, they talk about him like he's alive because they're ignorant and they don't know shit. Well, most people who have iPhones are ignorant, so most of them don't know that Steve Jobs is actually dead. Now, that might sound a little harsh, but it is true. I challenge you to ask 100 people with iPhones about Steve Jobs, and you'll be surprised at what they say. But anyway, enough of this bullshit. Whew. I like this computer smashing app. As you see, you can just beat the hell out of your PC. Now, I'm sorry if I hold the phone um if I hold the phone in an awkward manner or you're frustrated because it keeps going off screen. Well, it's because of I'm holding a heater in my lap, so it's a little difficult, but I'm doing it because I wanted to show you guys these because I know a lot of you people out there are bored and you have your so-called super phone that you paid like $1,000 for. You're saying, well, what are some good apps for this phone? Well, I'm showing you what are some good apps for your phone. So, oh, another one I really like is this one. Ready? Terminator Vision. All right. Ooh, Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard. I really love this one. Now, no offense to Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, I'm a big fan of yours, so I'm not making fun of you. I'm just, you know, saying I find you very funny, so that's why I have a soundboard of you. So don't get offended, Arnold, if you're watching this. See? All right, guys, well, that's all we have time for. This Sparkus 214. I'll see you guys later. Bye.